everything you love will disappear. Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about how people running corporations don't really care about the entertainment that makes them money, and eventually we're going to lose like all of it to the ether. So let's get into it. It's unlikely that any average person held much reverence for any random article from MTV News. However, there's a higher possibility that some old clips of The Daily Show or The Colbert Report were revered. But recently, we saw both relegated to the same fate, deleted without warning or fanfare. Years of work, cultural touchstones, or articles meant to memorialize said touchstones disappeared from the internet. Victims of consolidation and cost cutting. These clips and articles are probably not making Paramount Global, owners of MTV and Comedy Central, by way of their merger with Viacom, much money day to day. It's also likely that hosting these pieces of media gone by was costly. But I'd argue that the value in hosting historic archives goes far beyond profit, which, among many other reasons, is why I'm not a C-suite executive making millions of dollars with little regard for the consequences of my actions, and instead I'm a guy making YouTube videos that maybe hundreds of people will watch, but probably only like tens of people will watch. I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you own a few yachts, consequences probably seem as elusive as a clip of Ed Helms on The Daily Show in 2004. Mergers aren't going to stop. In fact, the next few years, I expect them to continue to be very popular because of companies like Netflix that disrupted the traditional television model, were really buoyed by venture capital money instead of, sustainable business practices. A lot of companies were goaded into making their own streaming services. It's often joked about how these companies basically reinvented cable for the digital age. But here's the real issue. Those new streaming services, they do not make enough money. Not that they don't make as much money as traditional television, but they just don't make money. And certainly not enough to make up for the money that was invested by these companies to make the services in the first place and kind of like guaranteed their own demise. Take Paramount Plus. They had over 55 million subscribers as of Q1 of 2024, which seems great because I can almost guarantee that you don't know anyone who subscribes to Paramount Plus. Because why would they? I subscribe to Paramount Plus, but that's because I spend my summers watching the Big Brother live feeds for my podcast, The Have Not Room. But also because I'm a freak who watches the Big Brother live feeds. Most people aren't like that, which is good. And it's also why Paramount is merging with Skydance. After initially trying to merge with other streaming services like Peacock or Max, which is HBO, for those of you who missed Warner Brothers Discovery, throwing out years of hard-earned brand recognition in an attempt to confuse consumers into thinking Sister Wives and The Sopranos were of commensurate quality. They're on the same app, why wouldn't they be? But if the people running Skydance/Paramount decide that a show like Survivor or Big Brother isn't worth having on anymore, what will I do with my summers? What will I podcast about? Or what if they decide that hosting old episodes of The Love Boat or Melrose Place is too expensive and they just remove them? And I know you might be saying you can just buy these physically, but can you? To go back to the beginning of this video, it isn't like The Daily Show is releasing consistent DVDs each year. And companies have started to push streaming over physical releases, not just for TV and movies, but for video games as well. In the past, you could buy a video game and it would have the game on the cartridge or disc, which made it so that there could be a secondary market for out-of-print games like Jet Set Radio or NCAA Football 2014 or Survivor Ultimate. Okay, I was probably one of the few people actually actively searching the secondary market for Survivor Ultimate. It still costs me a lot of money, so I'll be damned if I don't work it into a video. Now, please look on in horror at 2002 computer graphics Jeff Probst. I apologize for what I just put you through, but this is all to say these days that physical video games serve as little more than a license to download the game. But just having a license isn't even enough, because games often have licensing deals with record companies that only run for a certain amount of time. In the past, that meant that they couldn't re-release the game, but now it means that games like Forza Horizon 4 are going to be delisted from servers. But it isn't just individual games either. The Xbox 360 servers are shut down, the Wii, the 3DS store, they're long gone. So what can we do about it? Can we rally and start buying physical media, eventually showing these big corporations that there is an appetite for it, thus preserving these shows forever? I'd like to say yes, but honestly, probably not. So I guess try to buy physical media when you can, archive your favorite shows and clips while they're online, and hope that your DVD doesn't get a scratch and your hard drive doesn't fail. Now, if you excuse me, the CEO of Paramount is calling to ask me if I want to merge Wicked Good Everything with them and Skydance. Truly desperate times. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe for more like it, and we will see you in the next one.